Hi guys, and welcome to the Rainbow Six Replays YouTube channel. Today, we want to present the video highlights of the last chance qualifier match between Team E1 Sports and Black Dragons during the Brazil League 2024 Stage 2. Don't forget to subscribe and put a like. Enjoy.
Lots of work for them to do here. Definitely winnable for Black Dragons, and it's definitely in that style that I expected to come out from them. Presence up above the site, burning time, causing problems, finding kills, and dropping away. And Black Dragons, they do, at this point, look good for the first round. They've got 45 seconds yet to hold on. E1 could still have something to say about it, but it's going to take a big effort here from E1 to get this done.
Yeah, and they've still got two smokes to play with as well. And I was going to say, only got the main breach here as well, purely with these. This is a little bit crazy. Like, of course, brought no hard breaches along, so they knew what they were going for. They didn't want to find themselves getting the electrification back online. I don't think it matters too much, though. Look at that, 2 kills come out of nowhere. Who cares about the main breach? They've used it as a bit of a distraction, Tim. Coming on the backside, got rid of 2 players, now getting the diffuser down as well. Screens are going full white here as flashes rain on through. E1, they may have taken their time to get it done, but they are now in a 4 versus 1, and Nux has got it all.
Black Dragons aware, yes, Gutto is. A few shots fired his way. He's going to get aggressive. He's going to get taken down from the window if he's not careful. Goes for it, but manages to get his man. Florio finds Perez elsewhere, and Black Dragons have dug in deep, and they're holding on fantastically well here.
They have, yeah, they've really tried to set up a nice little bait as well, with the 1 player being inside that they knew about. The 2nd player on the window, if he'd shot just a second sooner, or even, not even a second, Tim, a millisecond sooner, he would have found his man. But Gutto's played that really, really well. He's got cover from the mirror to stop the Thatcher being able to round and get a side angle inside a connector. He is unshakable from that position, and everyone else has done their job really well in this round. It's bare bait.
Black Dragons keep themselves alive. If they don't have anybody upstairs still, which they do, they're up on the top floor. This is what I want to see. Rather, there you go, get aggressive onto them, get that 2nd kill.
We're seeing more of the later stage E1, to be honest.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, as again, I say, there's an opportunity for Black Dragons here to, they know that there's only 1 above. You could send somebody up. You're still 3 versus 2 on site. Go up there and challenge them. But as it is, they look to hold their angles. Ask manages to pick up Perez. Bass is there for the trade. Here we go.
When we were speaking about it in the early game in the pre-game was, if you give E1 a bit too much time to get set up, get their verticals set up, I feel they're a really good team at attacking you from multiple angles and punishing you for that. But as you've remarked, you've still got Hornet set up here on the 2nd floor. He's just picked up a freebie, and now he can walk his way very comfortably down Aqua because there's no real pressure downstairs either. I'm sure Black Dragons are probably asking, like, where's that pressure that we know E1 are capable of? Because it is severely lacking today.
E1 aren't doing enough to cover the flanks, I don't think. We've seen it in two rounds running. They've gone to get Gutto, and he gets a kill. That is huge for Black Dragons. Picking up STK, that challenge was always going to come. They were always going to go into basement and try to get the kill. Now, the question is, Gutto, you've done half the job.
C4.
Can you do the 2nd half? Can you find the kill? The Pulse is also supporting as well. These players have got to get this done. And there is the Nitro, but it doesn't stop the plans. He gets something, but not what they want. How about that, though? Double down. A bit more explosive magic from underneath. Black Dragons find themselves now 4 versus 1, but Live, can he hold on from above?
Live is that guy, is the thing. He's a bot player by trade. He's so used to these vertical angles, but does he know what's going on? No, doesn't know about the player in IT.
Looking pretty good here. They've got some decent control. They've put Black Dragons in some difficult positions, but Hornet finds an absolute beauty with the Posh G. Absolutely ripping the head off Live. The problem for Black Dragons is it hasn't cemented the manpower for them because Ass gets taken down elsewhere. Kaid, not a huge loss, but Black Dragons still a minute to hold on. Now a man down. This round's about to get tougher.
You know my thoughts about the boss cheating. It can be filthy at the best of times, and Passetto's down to 8 HP. Not fully finished up, but very close to it. Not that it matters because the plant is going down. The yokai here coming across, but it's got to go all the way around. I think STK here heard it and thought that he'd pull off in response, but that's enough of a distraction for them here. Now, finally, he manages to start getting it down. Believes he's removed the yokai as well. No one's going to be able to stop him, though, before this one gets completed out, and they've got the verticals here. I say that, Florio just walks in and takes down his man. Opens up the potential vault over here as well. 1 more towards back far range, and look at Nux here in a good position with a good cross angle. All he needs is someone to expose themselves the tiniest bit, but they are giving absolutely nothing. Florio, now the last one left alive, has got it all to do. Sees one, but can't.
Have really started to knuckle down here in round 6, get themselves a good entry. Look who it is as well. It's the Warden gone. There's a Ying there for the execute. This could be Really tough now for Black Dragons to hold on.
It's looking tougher and tougher. It doesn't matter that you got a clash on side when there's no one else around to support.
Yeah, I hope the whole world wasn't watching it. Yeah, no, that's not good from live. So they lose the mirror themselves. RT, they're struggling to get catwalk. Are they going to stall out, or do they have a solution to that problem?
Feels like they're starting to stall a little bit. I know they got rid of live, and that was through his own very, very stupid mistake, but they've got the numbers. That is a great shot from Perez. FURIA has no idea what just killed him, but at this point, it doesn't matter. 4v3 for E1, still got catwalk control here. So I was going to say they might struggle to attack in towards catwalk, but no. Getting rid of Flash, might open things up. 3 kills out of nowhere. Being shot from 2 directions, they've got no idea what's coming.
Down by a blitz here, still on 93 HP, still plenty of energy left behind that shield. However, the Deimos gets down, but elsewhere, Nux is planting inside a site, and I don't see E1 holding them off here, Des.
No, this blitz has completely torn them apart, and E1, their adaptation this round, I think, frankly, has been really poor to try and deal with that. Like, Flash might get a couple of exit frags here to make himself feel a little bit better, but that's all it's going to be. Just 2 kills to his name and another lost round for the team. They'll be down 5-3. They've got no tack timeout remaining. This is starting to look pretty damn dangerous, if I do say so myself. And like I said, I think they haven't really adapted well to the blitz. They left 2 separate 1v1s out there. They've let his bully his way into before we even get to that point.
Interestingly, in the open qualifiers, is SCK,
this is the second as well. 2 of your operators with recharging gadgets as well. Real stinger and a real missed opportunity. I was going to say what Black Dragons have got to do is play this sensibly until the finish, but hello, wait a minute. Already found themselves losing.
Secure on this side of things, and he continues to be able to do so. He's just got away with it there. Perez manages to take down Gutto as well. It looks like it's going to once again. Nux looking for that road clearance.
He just can't help himself. I mean,
dealt with much better though. Dealt with much better.
Yes, I mean, information there was kind of the problem. He was very much in by himself. I mean, come on, boys. Like, you've got rid of the shield. All you got to do is tuck
on the top floor, on the mid floor inside of storage. Potentially an opportunity, but they're not aware, Des. They're just not aware. Florio's going to lose his life for free. They now know that there's somebody in storage. They've only got 2 drones left. E1 have done a great job of the intel game, and they've benefited from it, but somehow Black Dragons still managed to keep themselves on top. Now, potentially, 3v1 on site.
The thing that gets me, Tim, is they've got 4 smokes in back pocket here, Black Dragons. If they wanted to play this, I wouldn't say overly cautious, but like sensibly. You've got the ability to have absolutely flood sites there with smokes to be able to make things work out in your favor. Yet, like you say, pushing him blind to the breach and losing a player to the vertical, that's almost unforgivable. The Jackal might well be next here as well. He's got to get himself out of danger. C4 over, and of course, he's going to find someone as well. Please tell me we're not letting another round slip away. No, Ask at least gets 1 back. 2 players to go though, and STK has got to clutch up big. 1 behind pillar, right sort of idea. But where's your other man? He's got the right idea in mind here. He's got to win this 1v1 first and foremost on pillar. Also, the player behind him has managed. He's got no idea. He's in behind him. They had a wobbly end towards the stage, but you'd hope with a little bit of time off they managed to recover. Whereas Black Dragons had a big mountain to climb if they were going to be particularly strong, but they're looking better as this map wears on. They've lost Gutto here, so not super ideal, but look who's up here. Nux looking to cause a bit of bother. Not that it matters. They've already lost 3 players. Nothing really to be said about this one. Inside 60 seconds, Black Dragons, they've lost nearly everyone, Tim.
Difficult. They need to be getting this kill, taking him out. I would imagine that, yep, there you go. I was going to say this army will get aggressive as scrambling inside a site as the utility starts to come in. The pressure starts to mount. There's going to be a push from top Aqua here. I think they are aware of it, E1, but there's just little that they can do. How about that from Hornet? That's the kind of explosiveness Black Dragons need. Gets in, clears out catwalk. That's the Azami gone. 5 versus 3 now. Black Dragons, it's time to execute. Start getting those gadgets in.
Live.
Yes, they push both sides at the same time. It is, however, fight back from E1. Perez gets a double, but it's probably not going to be enough. SCK is going to have to go 1v3, makes it 1v2. The diffuser's going down. Surely they're going to stick it. Nitro, no. He changes his mind. He goes back to the gun. He finds shots, but he can't find a kill. The diffuser's down. He's against the clock. He knows where they are. There's just no way that he can get angles onto them. Nitro goes out. Does he get his man? Yes. 1v1 from a 1v3. He might just be able to stick this. He's going to go for it. Is he going to stay the distance? Does he stay the course? No, he comes off. He looks for the challenge. Gutto just needs to play this carefully, but he needs to make sure he doesn't allow him to get away with it. And he doesn't. Black Dragons in a bit of a surprise. Map 1. They lost it the one time that they played it, so you look at it and think it's maybe not their strongest, but their performance just wasn't great through stage 2. So you could probably say that about any map. You know that. Oh, they look a bit wobbly there. They didn't look great anywhere, in honesty. So wouldn't surprise me to see them come out and look a completely different team like they did on Labs there. We can see the stats. You know, what's great about the stats there, Des, if you remember coming in when we were looking at the rosters, I said we've had
just a moment ago on Labs.
Yeah, Dockerby as well, the Boss G. Let's not forget another element of consideration. Super popular gun at the minute, super powerful gun. So not used as often on the attack necessarily as the Vigil does on the defense, but still another string to... Oh no, but he doesn't really need to move. They can't find an angle onto him. He can stay in this position and all he's doing is keeping him away, but no! Basetto goes in and manages to find the man. Nitro won't find its mark as STK with an essential kill onto Nugs, and all of a sudden the diffuser's down, the rounds on its head, but the fight back is on. Hornet with a big double 2v2, Des.
I love to see the map started out the same way the last one ended, full of chaos and drama. Still the two of them alive here to try and make this one work. They're going in for it as well. And they've got the angle here. Yes, they have. But FURIA's found his man. Where the hell are you, Perez? Where are you?
Perez has gone missing. Perez has gone missing. Not any easier because Black Dragons can kind of play it safe with that operator now. Nade goes in, can just back off. They've got a man over. Nitro, I think, is going to be shot out there. I think that's what was coming over, but somehow the plant's going down. Basetto gets in on the Maverick. He must have found a little bit of space. He has to come off it again. 20 seconds left to go, and this is poised for... It's absolutely anybody's, Des.
He's finding himself getting zapped out is the problem, like you're seeing here, right? So you can't really get a plant down. They've tried to force the Clash away, but the Clash just ain't moving at this point. They managed to get rid of one. Shotgun comes out there, and look at that immediately. Moving to try and retake the upstairs, but they've all fallen down, Tim. Blastery's all alone. He can do nothing.
The flashes, they've got the smokes, they've got lots of throwables that otherwise Wamai might have been able to deal with. But no, shots are missed by STK, and Ask goes in there and takes full advantage of it.
STK's really got to be winning that. Like, he's the flank watch for them. He's got everything to do. At least here, Ask gets one back as well with Live picking up a kill onto Guto. Not that it's going to be needed here as well. The push on Deep comes on through. Do they know about Hornet? I'm not too sure they do. This fight now that's about to take place is so critical. Off towards the right-hand side. That's what's going to go their way. C4 from below comes out. Not going to find the man, but the aces finally get finished off. And like that, Hornet, 5 HP, steps out and gets rid of Basetto. They've got to work a bit of magic here, and both of them, sadly, are on low HP, so it feels like E1, touch wood, should find themselves around him.
Yeah, Black Dragons have, I feel like they've dropped the ball a little bit this round. They kind of had it. They were 3v3. They were locking it down. They had Hornet playing in behind the shield on Piano, and then he gave up his position, and he didn't necessarily need to, I don't think. There wasn't immediate pressure coming towards him. He still had some left on his glasses. He, you know, had a little bit of gadget use, claiming space. They're giving it away for free.
The Grim being used quite effectively, at least to force players back. They have gone through all of their Grim, though, at this point as well. So got to be careful of those Bs no longer being available for them. But this, like I said, is where they can start picking off players, and they've already found two. The Ash going down early now. SDK has fallen two. At least stuck in here and expecting someone to appear on the hatch as well. Maybe not quite on the right side. Oh, if they spin this round, this will look magic. And don't worry, they aren't players from different teams. It's a little outline bug. Don't worry about it too much. They're on the same side upstairs. At least now the Grim falling down as well. The drop comes on through. Hornet finds himself one more, and this one should be done and dusted. Only Flash is left to hold off against 4 players, and it's simply not going to happen.
It's LCQ potentially, and right now it's looking more and more likely that that's going to be the case. We see, you know, damage piling in onto Basetto and Perez as well. Their Live does manage to pick up Florio to at least level things out to 4 versus 4. But with 1 minute 40 on the clock, Hornet, that man again, straight out of the window, takes down Basetto. That's your breacher.
Extra prep time they had, 75 seconds were on the clock when they started getting themselves ready for this. It's now boiled down to 20, and Black Dragons are just kind of skirted around the outsides, just waiting for it to push on through, finds one, but can't land the shot on the IQ. Down to 28 HP at this point. A 2v2 ensues with about 10 seconds still to play. They've lost one more, and now STK, is he really going to try and stick this one? He's got to try and force kills somewhere. They could afford to wait a little bit, but they've got the cross.
Having solutions for the puzzles, the problems that Black Dragons were setting them, and they haven't really brought anything to deal with the clash again. They've got the they've got the Thatcher, of course. The EMPs can disable the shield, but still, the intel is there, and the peaks will come on the back of it. Hornet and Ask one apiece, and again, E1 have not had the answers to the problems put in front of them by Black Dragons. Black Dragons have played this exactly the same as. They've played it with Ask on the clash, stood in the middle of sight, feeding intel in for others to peek on. He then drops his shield and gets a kill as well. Flashstreak does pick up Hornet now, but look at Ask. He's stood on top of the diffuser. 15 seconds left to go. I don't see any way E1 win this.
No, he's already found one for himself as well in SDK. Now the shield's up. The final drop comes on through. They would really have to ruin this one to lose this round. Nothing to us to be said. Flashstreak is going to see this one go. So in terms of setup, I feel like it's number advantage. Obviously balanced out at 4-on-4 right now. I always say it's a good thing for the defenders to have the attackers taken away. Problem is they're on the back foot. You know, they lost the entry. They've now lost themselves in the next phase of the round. Another one of their operators. This time round, it's the Warden and the Legion that are taken offline. Not really ideal when you're staring down the barrel of 6 flashes coming from the other side. Black Dragons can play around this if they want to. Now the mirror probably is still the greatest threat for them. Everything being well protected because there is the FNATs of the Fenrir on side. There's also the Wamai Magnet stacked up there as well. So things like the Deimos as well as those flashes, they're not going to be able to get too much done here, I think, unless they find a way to chew through that utility first.
We did hear the Selma charges detonating on the breach wall, but I'm not sure whether an impact nade come out or not. It doesn't matter because the charges have been successful and the breach is open. They're just trying to make it a walk-in now. 4 versus 2, and they're probably just going to walk into site and look to find kills. That's exactly what they do. Florio fans,
He's on 1 HP.
Ask is just looking for this with the backlit. And I love that as well. He's straight in looking at the bathtub. Is there anybody in there? Is there a challenge?
No, it's because he wants to watch him.
He sees his man. He's going to be going in. They do manage to take Gutto down elsewhere, but he's got one trapped and he gets it done. Perez gone. Ask finds live, and Black Dragons, just like that, have got map here mountain for Black Dragons. They don't have access into sight, and you know, I'm really not sure exactly.
They don't need it.
20 seconds left to go, Des. It's going to have to be something serious. Nux is going to get taken down. However, look at that from Ask. He comes in and gets 2 big kills. 10 seconds left to go. It's 1v1. The other man is down. Essentially, they need to find this. And he can. Ask somehow just peeks around the corner. Absolutely slammed.
Where it just didn't even look like E1 knew how they wanted to just even muster out a performance to even rival what Black Dragons was bringing during that second match.
They got their revenge game on Nighthaven when they played it several weeks ago. Playday 1 was the first game they played at the stage, and it was on Labs. E1 won that game 7-5, and then it's a flip reverse. It's a 7-5.